Today, we're going to be talking about what happens to your nightclub business if you get raided. Now, before we talk about what happens, we need to talk about raids themselves and how they work. So raids can happen to many of your businesses in-game, MC businesses, special crate warehouses, your bunker, and now your nightclubs. Now, why are raids important? Because raids are very costly. In fact, for the existing businesses, they cause you to lose some, if not all of your stock, and the business being shut down, losing your supplies and staff, which is really unfortunate, super inconvenient, basically means you have to start over. Now, what triggers a raid? Well, there's two things that determine when a raid is going to happen to your business: the level of stock you have and how idle you have been. So stock level is pretty straightforward. When you exceed a certain value of stock in one of your businesses, it's going to start an idle timer before a raid is triggered. Now, each business has its own stock value and idle timer duration. For the nightclub one, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, you might be asking, what is idle time? Idle time is time spent in free mode where you're not engaged in a business activity, a free mode event, or a job, something like a race or a contact mission. Now, it's also important to note that this is regardless of whether you're registered as a CEO, VIP, MC, or not, or working for another player's organization. The next thing we need to talk about, security upgrades. Do security upgrades completely stop the raids? No, they don't. The only thing the security upgrade does is delay the potential time a raid could happen by doubling the idle time value, which again we'll touch on in a little bit regarding the nightclub update. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be wondering, is there a way in which you can cancel a raid rather than defending it? In case you guys have never had the pleasure of defending a raid, it's something you can't, it's not optional, basically. Like, you have to do it or you suffer the consequences. For the MC businesses, you can actually force close the game. So I'm not sure how you would do that on a PC, but on Xbox, you can force close the game. Same with PlayStation. And you can just load back in and you won't lose any of your stock, supplies, or anything like that. And as far as the bunker and crate warehouse stuff goes, you can just find a new session. I do not know how this works for the nightclub update. So to be safe rather than sorry, if something like this happens to you, I would close the app rather than just finding a new session. Another thing you might be wondering, can you be raided while not a CEO, VIP, or MC? The answer is no. You have to be registered as the appropriate business owner in order for that business to be raided. So you will not be raided if you're not a CEO, VIP, or MC. What about if you're inside a building? Can you be raided? The answer is yes. If the raid commences and you're inside a building, you're just going to be booted out and the raid will begin. So now let's talk about how that works for the nightclub business. So earlier today, a user on the GTA forum site, Fireboy769, posted this: "My nightclub was attacked and now I have info on it." He said, "It's not a traditional, oh look, stock was stolen raid. Instead, it's like a property mission from story mode. English Dave calls you about something urgent that happened in the club, like Solomon's records were stolen, and you have got to go take care of it. Don't do it, and the club's popularity goes down. Do it, and the club's popularity gets increased. You never have a chance to lose stock at all, period." So that is interesting. On its own, it seems as if Rockstar did not include raids for the nightclubs that would affect the stock of your other businesses. Instead, raids only affect popularity, and various characters like English Dave calls you, and it's something simple like Solomon's records got stolen, and you've got to go take care of it. And if you do that, popularity goes up. If you don't, it goes down. Now, unfortunately, that is not where this story ends. It seems as if Rockstar has two types of raids. FunMW2 said this: "Yeah, it seems like there's one for the warehouse and the other one is for your nightclub, which is confirmed by OP as a mission that decreases your popularity." So instead of there being only one not so bad raid for the nightclub, there's two types of raids that can happen for the nightclub. A nightclub that affects your popularity and a nightclub that will actually affect your stock. So let's talk about the raids on the nightclubs and how they can affect your stock. So without the security upgrade, if you go 4 hours of inactivity and you have 20% stock in your nightclub, you will be exposed to a raid. However, if you have the security upgrade, you can go 8 hours with inactivity and have 40% of your stock before a raid occurs. So that right there confirms that raids will happen on warehouses, but other types of raids will happen as well on your popularity. So it seems like Rockstar are adding that as another element as well. Now, another user on that thread also confirmed the same thing. He said, I've had 2 different popularity raids and 1 warehouse raid. The warehouse raid was undercover cops clustered around the back entrance. And you, of course, have 2 options, just like your other raids. You can kill them all, or if you die, you would lose everything. And then he says the first popularity raid was a panicky call from Laszlo telling me thugs had broken in and stolen guest stuff. I had to go blow up a bunch of guys on BMX bikes and collect 3 wallets, purses, and phones and return to the club. Second popularity raid was a call from English Dave. Thieves had made off with Solomon's vinyls and were on a yacht. This one took longer, but was just as easy. So that right there answers the question, what happens when your nightclub gets raided in Grand Theft Auto Online? Well, there's 2 different types of raids, a popularity raid and a stock raid for your warehouse. I think that is really unfortunate. I understand the warehouse raid, but really a popularity raid? I mean, I know it's easy to get your popularity back up, but that just seems something so ridiculous that Rockstar would ultimately do. And I disagree with the raids in general. To put it simply, you're basically punished if you try to actively use any business. But if you let your businesses stay close to no productivity, they won't be bothered. It's really dumb. I don't know why Rockstar puts like all these repercussions for like actually take advantage of the business. It just really doesn't make sense to me. But that's what happens when the nightclubs gets raided. They are very important. You need to take care of them, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, at least one of them isn't terrible. Both of them don't seem awful, just they're more of an inconvenience more than anything. But anyways, that's all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below, has your nightclub been raided yet? Mine has not, because I simply can't get over 40% stock. It takes a while. So mine has not been raided, but I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know if yours has been down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.